What's up, everybody? I hope you guys are all having a wonderful day wherever you are. If you guys are new to my channel, my name is Jeff Stroop, and in this video I will be talking about the ketogenic diet in terms of the basics, what goes on in your body, as well as why I like to utilize it on a cut. Let's get started. So like I said, first we're going to be covering the ketogenic diet, what it is and kind of what it does to your body. I'm not going to go too into depth scientific wise in this video, but I will give you guys a basic understanding of what goes on in your body and why ketosis works for me. So, what is ketosis? Well, being in a ketogenic state basically means that you have deprived your body of carbohydrates. So usually, a typical person's diet will consist of many carbohydrates in the form of bread, sugars, any sort of complex carbs. Even fiber is considered a carbohydrate. But anyways, so in a ketogenic state, your body is deprived of these carbohydrates, which means after a certain period of time, your body will have to revert to running on fats as fuel rather than carbohydrates. Now, the beneficial thing about ketosis is obviously most people have a decent amount of body fat on them. So your body is able to utilize this stored fat as energy. So you can use your stored body fats for kind of two things, as well as the food, the fat that you intake. Your body can use these and turn them into ketones, which your brain uses for energy, or you can turn them into fuel, which your body uses for energy. So quick little back up a little bit here. Your brain can either use carbohydrates in the form of glucose as energy, or it can use ketones. Now, ketones are the much preferred fuel source for your brain. Your brain really likes to run on ketones. So how I would compare this is putting 87 in your vehicle rather than 94. 87 would be the carbohydrates, where 94 I would consider the ketone bodies. So like I said, your brain much prefers to run on ketone bodies. So going back to what happens in your body. So once you deprive yourself of all these carbohydrates, you're able to use your stored body fat as well as the food you intake for energy rather than carbohydrates. So what this means is you can be in a caloric deficit without actually having lower energy, because your body has the stored fat on your body that it uses for energy. Now, what makes this really unique is while you're in the ketogenic state, you actually have a much lower appetite. So when you regularly would be hungry, you might not on ketosis. So continuing on with that point, it makes it really easy to intermittent fast. Sorry about that little tongue twister there. So this makes it really easy to intermittent fast on ketosis, or while in ketosis. So like me personally, I fast usually from 11 or 12 the night before until 2 to 3 p.m. the next day, and it makes it really easy for me. And the beneficial thing of fasting while in ketosis is your body is forced to use your body fat as energy rather than intaking food and then burning that as energy. So this makes it awesome for fat loss. So the ketogenic state is widely known as a really efficient way to lose body fat. And other than that, there are some side effects that come along with ketosis, which I'll quickly talk about. So like I previously mentioned, your brain really likes to run on ketone bodies rather than carbohydrates in the form of glucose. So basically, one side effect of being in ketosis is your brain feels a little bit sharper. Your thinking kind of is just a little bit quicker, and you're not really, you don't have a foggy head really, and you can think really good. So that's one of the beneficial parts of a ketogenic diet. Other than the increased brain power, another benefit of ketosis is that you just, like I mentioned before, you don't get hungry as often because your body has constant fuel on it. So this is awesome because, sometimes it's inconvenient for people to eat, 4 or 5 meals a day like I used to on carbohydrates. And it makes it easy to limit your meals to 1 or 2 a day, maybe even 3 if you want. And it kind of just makes your day a little bit easier. Another little side effect of ketosis is you just have a constant flow of energy. When sometimes you might be, a little bit tired or a little bit sluggish, in ketosis you may have more energy because your body has constant stores of fuel in the forms of fat, body fat, on your body. So you never have to eat in order to find food. You always have a constant source of food on your body. So that's one of the unique factors of keto as well. So just a little recap, the basics of the ketogenic diet is your body is using fats for fuel rather than carbohydrates. That's the very basics. I will have a video later going more into depth, but if you would like to see the science behind that a little bit more, you can go check out Thomas DeLauer. He is a keto YouTuber, and not keto specific only, but he has many good videos that explains the very intricate science behind ketosis, and I would definitely recommend, if you want to hear more about that, go check him out. Alrighty, now I'm going to talk about why I personally like to use keto as a tool while I'm cutting. Well, basically, it's just easy for me, guys. It's just easy. Like I said before, I fast from about 11 to 12 the night before until 2 to 3 p.m. And like I said, your appetite is suppressed in ketosis, so it makes it really easy for me to fast. While on carbohydrates, if I try intermittent fasting, I might get hungry a lot sooner and break my fast a lot sooner than in ketosis. So that's one of the reasons. Another reason is I truly believe the foods you get to consume while in ketosis cutting is better than the foods that I would eat while cutting on carbohydrates. Because when I'm cutting on carbohydrates, I'm already not eating, the pizza and the burgers and the ice cream and the donuts and all that sort of good stuff that a usual, maintenance or, not watching calorie sort of diet would consist of. So as I previously mentioned, keto is just easy for me on a cut. And I truly believe that that's what you have to do when you're cutting. You have to make it easy for yourself. If you're battling every single day to stick to your diet, you're eventually going to break. And for me, some days, they're a little tougher than others, but for the most part, it is very easy for me to stay in ketosis and stay in a caloric deficit and just, burn fat. And that's why I use it, just because it's easy, it's sustainable, and I truly enjoy it. The energy, the brain power, and just the whole spiel. I truly enjoy it, and you know what? It's easy to stick to, and it's working. So if you guys are having a hard time cutting on carbohydrates right now, and you haven't tried keto, maybe give it a try. Who knows? It might work for you. I will also have a video coming out talking about the do's and don'ts of keto, some tips and tricks, and other things, because there definitely is some things you have to watch out for. But don't let that frighten you. Do your research. Watch my next video or next couple of videos, and I will kind of talk about some of those tips and tricks and the do's and don'ts of ketosis. So this was just a very short little video here, but I kind of just wanted to give you guys a little intro into ketosis and why I like to use it on a cut. I will definitely have more videos coming out soon. If you like this video, please give it a like, subscribe to my channel. There'll be more content coming out soon. And you know what? Leave a comment if you have any questions or anything like that. I will also have my email in the description box, so if you need help, it doesn't even have to be keto related, feel free to send me an email. Alright, that's about it. Last thing I have to say is trust the process, stick to the grind, and magic will happen.